Welcome back to the After Party Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Today we have Amenah.
Our very first guest.
Yes, from Picnics Toronto. How are you, darling? Thanks for being here.
Fantastic. How are you? Thanks for having me, Cazador.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Thank you.
We'll get into how we've known each other like throughout the many years. But
All the years.
There's so much we could get into, but I kind of just wanted to start by talking about our outfits.
Oh, yes.
Do we like our theme?
Yes. We're very
Guess what? Guess what? Did you guess?
It's a little yee, a little ha.
We went Western chic.
We went Western chic, and why? Because we're trendy, but we're also doing an event together soon that's derby themed. Clients are coming to us saying, hey, we want the derby, come into the office. And we're like, hey, babe, totally possible.
Between the three of us, we love a good theme. We
Exactly.
love a good theme.
Exactly.
All the events we've done together have been great themes, and it's always so fun. Like, you know, why not switch it up and make it fun?
Exactly. And it's the year of the horse.
Exactly. So
Exactly.
giddy up.
And
Giddy up, bitches.
Giddy up.
especially in the corporate space, a lot of clients are kind of reeling in on that. So we're here to make those dreams come true.
I
Anything else to say
agree.
for that?
Yeah, and I think it's so fun. You can have one theme, but have 3 different interpretations for it.
There you
And that goes for everything that we do. Like, there's always so many fun ways to bring the theme to life.
Perfect. Okay, so let's get into it.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm excited.
Okay, so yes, we've known each other for years. What is your first memory of us hanging out?
So we went to school together. We went to the Ted Rogers School of Management.
Yes.
Shout out to Teddy's house.
Yes. Oh my God, we went over this in the last episode, but that's at Toronto Metropolitan University.
Oh, yes.
In Toronto, downtown.
Yes.
We were doing a bunch of events for
Student groups, yeah. So we were part of like our student societies, and that's like how we met, because we were trusted in our 20 and 21 years of age, our youth days, to be like, can you put together, we were like, let's put together conferences, Frosh, Week of Welcome, all these types of fun activities. So it was like a great foundational period, and I feel like we speak about this all the time, that I'm so grateful for like that experience, because not only did I get to meet amazing people such as Marco that I still have in my life to this day. Oh, you too. But I feel like it was just so hands-on, and we got to just like learn and like think differently. And I like noticed that coming up when I interact with a lot of individuals in this day and age, where we're like trying to work with like partners or clients, and like I'm like, you know, if Marco was there,
I actually call you and I'm like, hey, I mean, I have this, I need some help.
Yeah.
You have the best mind
we
for this
have
right
like
now.
the same brain, because we're very like, okay, let's reverse engineer this. Let's look at the gaps. Let's make it more efficient. How do we make it more customized? How do we curate the experience a little bit more? And that's a skill that we really honed when we were in university, and we've just been growing upon that throughout like our experience as event planners.
Yeah, and I'll just say from my perspective, the first memory I have is walking in to the student group office at the time, and then just seeing you working on the desk and being like, hi, I'm Marco. And like, I was like my second year. Like, I was like new to the student politics scene, and I was like, oh my gosh, she looks spicy. I like that. She's a fierce one. And then I saw her in action, you know, in the months to come, all the events we did. We started, you know, leading events together. And I think I was like, oh, this girl, we're gonna be kikiing for a while.
Twin.
Forever. Twin flames,
Locked
babe.
in.
So, when did Picnic start?
So Picnic started as a response to the pandemic.
Right.
So the full company is called Picnics Toronto. We started as a luxury picnic company because, you know, if those of you that were around in Toronto, if those of you that were around the area in downtown, you know that everything was locked down.
Oh, such a
Dinner
different time.
reservations, patio reservations, out of the equation, trying to like make anything happen for your graduation, your birthday, your big extreme sport. Okay, so like you couldn't do anything. Everybody and their moms was in Trinity Bellwoods having picnics, right? Like that's it.
And boom.
Yeah, and we're like, you know what?
You're
like, let's just elevate this experience. Let's make it more beautiful. Let's make it more magical. Let's add it like more fun, touch it. Let's make it more luxe, and let's allow the people to still celebrate their occasions. Yes. And we did that. So, you know, we brought everyone's Pinterest boards to life.
And you're still doing that.
We are, and we've been expanding. Now we do like proposals, we do elopements, we do other curated just event concierge experiences for like people in Toronto, people in Miami, and people in New York. So it's been really fun to have our clients all around.
So you started and it instantly kind of popped off. Like, I think it was a good time in the market. Like you said, people were looking for experiences together. And it needed to be contained, like minimal people.
We could
So
only
that's
do
what
our
was perfect.
bubbles. Yeah, right. So
Exactly.
that was like in the thick of the pandemic where you could only surround yourself with, like, remember we had like our
Exactly.
quarantine bubbles?
Oh my god.
And actually you came over the first time I did it,
It
on
was
their
a trial picnic.
Yeah, we did like a trial. I was like, you know, good idea. Let me try it out. We did like a little picnic
On the balcony.
like
That
on
is
like the
so
terrace.
cute.
And like I was like,
That's
you know, I could do this
adorable.
professionally. Like this is great. Like so it was really fun. And I'm like now like where we're going, like building partnerships with
Exactly.
hospitality
Exactly.
conglomerates.
It's way
like it's
bigger
really
than
fun.
just picnics now.
Yeah.
And I love to see you, like, I've seen you on like the CP24s, the socials, doing your segments. So like that's a national network as well. So really good, very proud of you, babe. You know, we've been working hard, and
I'm so proud of
happy.
you.
Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh, Cazador. Like you guys
Thank
are crushing
you.
it, killing it.
And so then we started a business a few years ago, and we were like working on a few projects, but also in the same space,
Yeah.
right, in events. And we're like, hey, but we kind of have different ends of it, right?
Yeah.
Like she's very, you know, luxury, small boutique. We're like large scale. We try to go to luxury, but we actually kind of have way more than luxury. We're open tent. We do.
Yeah.
If you're on a budget, we help you with that. But hey, if you want to go to the nines, we're well happy to do you with that
Literally.
too.
Yeah.
So, and that's where like Amenah comes in sometimes, you know, on our side, being like, hey, like I have this like thing that's like a little bit too big for me. How can we help? And then to you, we're like, hey, we have this really luxury curated thing.
Or especially an event with a good theme.
Exactly. You love it.
We love a good theme.
That's when Marco's immediately like, we need to call Amenah. I'm like, yes. I'm like, please send her the inspo. She'll do it all.
Last year we did Pride together.
Yeah.
This year, and we also did a holiday client party, which was big top theme. Another really good.
That was a really great
theme,
event.
Right?
That was
And
a really well done event. Like props to you guys.
I
I was
know.
so
Thank
proud
No,
of you
props
guys.
to you.
Props
You brought
to well, it
the
was
whole decor to
totally,
life.
Totally team. So maybe let's talk about Pride and let's
Yes.
talk about that holiday event, that big top event. So we did Pride last year. We called it
Solid Red Disco.
Yeah, so that was an interpretation I had on Trixie Mattel's summer DJ tour
So good.
last year, and we brought the brunch, that's for sure, and we brought
The heat.
There was heat.
Yes.
There was
We
brunch.
were red and hot and on fire.
for backstory, it was like the hottest day
It
in
was literally
June.
the hottest day of the year.
No, I think that was the hottest day of the
Hey,
summer.
Yeah.
I said I was like I wanted to bring Miami to Toronto, babe.
We brought
We brought
Miami.
it. We brought the Miami heat. I was like,
It was definitely Miami heat worthy, but like
Yeah.
that's what you want.
but it was so good
hot.
because we were just chugging on like beautiful drinks from Solly's and Casa del Rey. The venue was great. The
Keels
talent
was
was
there.
great. Yeah, Keels was doing skin consults. It was great.
Our skin was moisturized.
It was fun. You know what? It was
And
like
most of all, we had Denim, who came
Yes.
in
Oh,
from
yes.
Montreal.
Oh my god. So
was
good.
And she killed it.
So did DJ Adriana.
Yes,
We love
Adriana
Adriana.
Expose, definitely our hostess with the mostest, killing it.
And what's her new title?
Oh, she is now Miss Flash 2026. So shout out to Adriana. I was there the night that she won. So proud of her. She's been
So
a
good.
girly who we've been,
Love using her.
collaborating
I
with
know,
since
she's
the beginning.
amazing.
And we also had her at our corporate
holiday
event.
event.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
She was,
She was a full
killing
circle.
it. And her fits are always just so top tier. I was like, I'm blown away. I'm so excited. Every time we have her, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see her outfit. She's
No,
gonna
I
kill
literally
it.
want to steal her whole closet.
Yes.
Would love
my
to
God.
borrow.
Oh my God. So that was Pride. It was like an outdoor brunch that we've done, across a few Prides now. And then we had the holiday event, which was a different type of event. It was a client event. So this was an inquiry that came to us to put on this holiday party for this corporate office. And then it had this very specific theme with a lot of specific quirks. It was something that they were copying and pasting kind of around the world in all their offices.
The
Our
traveling
guests-
circus.
The traveling circus.
It was
They
a
came
whole-
to Toronto.
We brought the caboose as well.
Yes,
I made sure we
yes.
got a caboose.
Yes, and so I think that was like a perfect way, and you two could speak more to this, that we collaborated
Yes.
and said, hey, like we have these big corporate leads and we want to make big things happen, but there's very specific nuances that she has more of an expertise in. So why don't we work together?
One of the things that I really love about working with you folks is that I feel like we learn so much from each other. Like earlier you mentioned that like we're kind of in we're in our own little nooks in the event space, especially within Toronto, but I love that we can even if we might not be doing the exact same thing, there's so much room that we can like collaborate, but we also just learn from each other. We can just call each other up and be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. What are your thoughts on it? And you're like, oh, this is how you should be doing this. This is who I can connect you with this. And you're like, oh, this is what we need for our event. This is what our client needs are. I'm like, okay, I have all these people that could bring this for you as well. So this is what I would do. So I love that we're able to like learn from each other in parallel, even if we're not doing the exact same thing. From both you and Jessie especially.
We call each other kind of for the same reasons, but for different perspectives, as you were saying.
Yes. No, I'm saying it really is a win-win business. And I talked about this in our previous podcast, that like we love working with vendors like yourself who value both businesses and like what we can bring to you, what you can bring to us. It's a win-win no matter what. The pie is big enough for all of us to enjoy.
It's a massive pie.
That's
In all of our fits. It's adorable. And I was also going to say, like, it's been so fun working with you, especially on like the creative front. I think, you know, for our events, we usually do the creatives, and I have like that heavy role. But it's so nice when we have the events that you're on. I'm like, oh, I can take a back seat. I know she has like 10 out of 10 ideas. Like, especially for our corporate event, you know, bringing that full big top event to life, like all your ideas of like how to make 3D printing, how to have animals there without having real animals there, you know, being safe, but also being fun with the theme. And I think you brought that whole thing to life.
It doesn't even feel like we're working. We're just like, I just feel like events come so naturally to us. It's like a muscle that we're just like, okay, we're just talking and yapping and we're making sure this is going well and everything's flowing. And it's just, we're in such a flow state, especially when we work together. Like it's such a joy and pleasure to work with you.
Three minds are better than one, I will say that. And
I say it with everyone.
Especially when you're with these three minds, like we have a lot of great ideas.
Name a problem we can't solve.
Oh, we never can.
We can always solve
a problem. There we go.
But three minds are better than one. So now on the topic of trends, in your opinion, what are things that like Toronto events are missing? What do you think that, you know, the future generation, our next gen, as we call, what are we doing differently?
I guess what would be missing from the Toronto event scene would definitely be curation, because Toronto is such a diverse city, and it's diverse in every way, shape, and form, from ethnicities, backgrounds, educations, industries, even like corporate industries, and then even financially, like it's such a diverse place. So I feel like with Toronto events, like they sometimes like swing one way or the other. And there's a lot of cool events that are happening, but depending on where you fall within, like, you know, your own social scene in Toronto, you might not know about them.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
So I feel like curation and just making sure, I wouldn't say like making sure like the word is out there, but making sure
accessibility maybe?
Or is it awareness?
Awareness maybe.
Maybe awareness, but I feel like curated awareness, because there's also like events where you're like, you know, like it's not everyone's cup of tea, and there's events that are everyone's cup of tea, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like there's always also middle range. And I feel like with Picnics Toronto, like when we did our picnic club last summer, that's kind of like what we tried to introduce, because we work with a lot of like PR agencies, and we do a lot of like, you know, the gifting suites, the PR events for all the influencers. I'm like, who wouldn't want to be an influencer for a day, right? And like, you know, you can come in, you might not be an influencer, but you can come with your girlfriends, with like all your friends, and you can also have the same premium experience. And I feel like that goes back to hospitality wise in Toronto, especially based on our experience. I feel like we're missing more like luxury hospitality that actually feels like luxury hospitality. You know what I mean? I feel like I feel like sometimes the events that happen, because they happen at such a scale, it's hard to compress them down to make that elevated experience for everybody. When you think of cities like Miami, or you think of cities like LA, or you think of cities like London and Dubai, they have these amazing hospitality sections when they have major events and stuff. With Toronto, we don't necessarily get that, and I think that's something like from a high end that would be really beneficial, because there's a lot of people in the city, right? People's jobs bring them here, people move with their young families here.
It's like a melting pot.
It's a big melting pot. So like, even if you didn't grow up here and you want to meet people that are within like the same interests that you have, that want to have these cool experiences, it's like really hard to find in a way that it would be adding value to you. Right? So I feel like if we can bring that model, like more resort style hospitality, more like Vegas or Miami style hospitality, more Dubai style hospitality in the events that we do, I feel like it's a really great gap that we can address in the Toronto event scene.
That's a really good answer. I will say, just like to kind of just some commentary on that, I think like You're right. I think like maybe there's something in the communication that's missing, like getting the word out there. I want to just give like a really good example of like a organization, Pride in Toronto, when that comes around every year. Like it just started. Like the tickets for all the events kind of come through, but everyone knows that kind of around this time, like to keep an eye out because like events are coming up. Like you want to get your tickets before they're sold out, and like kind of. I like for the month of June to kind of set up my whole calendar just like with where all the events are, making sure that, because that's like a big time for us. It's like our gay Christmas, you know? It only comes around like once or twice a year.
Yeah,
I
love
it. You gotta go all out.
Exactly. So I think like Pride has a really good kind of structure of getting the word out there and making sure that the community knows, but also like someone coming into the community like fresh, it's probably really hard if you don't have like other gays around you to kind of get to know them.
I feel like the queer community in Toronto really has it locked down, and like
They
how
do.
they do events, and like how they have like how they bring their events to the community. It's a really big city, and I feel like with Toronto, if you just need to go outside of your bubble a little bit to see what it has to offer. And I feel like
and be a little more courageous from the attendees side. Like if it might be nervous to like sign up for that class that you don't know anyone, but go for it. Like I think my favorite thing since I like leaned into it in the more recent years is just to go to things actually without even knowing anyone.
Honestly, same. No, I love going to things alone sometimes.
Because I love just taking that opportunity to actually meet people and chat with people and just seeing where your night goes. And just to kind of wrap this whole thing up, what I know we said like there's you know, Picnics Toronto is expanding. How about you? What's the future for you, Amenah Rizwan?
I feel like the future for Amenah is very, very, very big. Like the future is limitless.
I see it.
And
That's iconic.
Thank
It's
you,
limitless.
babe, thanks. No, I see it. I feel like it's true though. It's limitless, and it's just like I feel like the older you get and the more you get comfortable, like you said earlier, stepping outside your comfort zone, the more you realize that like there's nothing you can't do. If you put your mind to something, and like with like as like, you know, we talk about neuroplasticity is like very popular right now. If you have the discipline and if you have the neuroplasticity and if you have a will, there is nothing you can't do, right? You have one business turns to 3 businesses, you have 3 friends turn into 30 friends, like you go to 3 countries turn into 50 countries.
Is this girl math?
There's, yes, girl math,
it
like,
is.
exponentially.
Yes, it
You
is.
can achieve anything you put your mind to, and like I feel like that's something I've been embodying every day, because it's like, especially when you see anybody else out there that like, it's like, oh, they're doing something cool, and you're like, why can't I do the same thing? And you're like, I can't do the same thing. Like,
and now it's easier than ever.
Yes.
Now it's easier than ever.
We have so many tools. Like we have so much like AI tools. That especially when you're like a small business, that helps you be so efficient.
You have so much access to connections.
Yes, and like with even just like LinkedIn, like I'm gonna be honest, like as much as like going out and meeting people, I also love sending like cold LinkedIn emails just to like be like, just introducing your company, be like, hey, this is what we're doing. Like, do you have any company events like this summer? And it's just fun. And I'm like, even if it doesn't go anywhere, you still meet people, you have a connection, and you never know where that connection is going to take you further.
Exactly. And sometimes it just takes time for that seed that you've planted to sprout.
But I feel like that's very true. You plant the seed, and then I feel like you give it like 6 months to a year, and then it just compounds.
Exactly.
100%.
And you don't even, and then you look back 4 years later, and you're like, oh,
I forgot that one seed.
Yeah,
remember
like,
when I just
this has
sent
become
that
a whole
message?
tree.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's true. You have to speak it into existence, and you have to work hard on putting everything out there.
yeah, and you just have to be like, listen, like the world is massive, and like you have no idea like what other people's needs are, and if you're not putting yourself out there, you could do all the social media marketing you want, but if you're not putting yourself out there to other brands and businesses for partnerships, you might be meeting their needs, but they don't know you exist unless you're literally calling them, doing lead generation, and telling them about yourself.
My mantra is, when you put in the work, the universe will reward you 3 times over. So as long as you're true to yourself and put in that work, someone's watching, babe.
You gotta put in the work.
Good karma will come around. Okay, y'all. This has been amazing. You do cool things around the city. Is there any events you have coming up?
We do have some cool things that we're working on right now. You will see like our summer plan on National Picnic Day. So later in April, we're gonna introduce everything that we're doing for this season. You can find us at picnicstoronto.com or at Picnics Toronto on most social media. And then, yeah, you can fill out a form, see what we do, and we'd love to make some magic happen to you. We love to bring people's Pinterest boards to life, as we
And
say.
maybe together. You know, I love that because we love doing business together. And hey, thank you again. Why don't we say this for coming on the After Party Podcast. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much, babe, for being our
Thanks
first
for
guest.
having me. I love a good afters.
After Party Podcast.